Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. We've got Paul Barron posting this today. What he means is that Ripple and XRP are poised to rewrite the history of finance. Here's a clip of Eric Trump. He says the modern financial system is changing, and guys, guess what's rewriting the rules?
The modern financial system is changing every single day, and crypto is rewriting the rules.
There are no two ways about it. Crypto is rewriting the rules. We have been seeing a bit of crypto activity over the last few hours. I guess we could say over the last couple of days. Some bullish activity here on the XRP price chart. We've got one XRP as of the time of this recording going for about $3 per coin, and the rest of the crypto market has been following relatively closely. Let's bring up the Ethereum chart for fun here. Well, actually, Ethereum looks kind of flat right now. Let's bring up Solana. Solana is actually looking quite good, I gotta say. ADA, Cardano, also a very interesting chart here. We're seeing that same trajectory upward over the last couple of days. And by the way, I have these charts on the 1 hour time frame. What about XLM? XLM, similar kind of activity here. So this is what I'm looking at, guys, that push to the upside over the last 48 hours. This is how the market moves. And of course, once we do see real world utility, as suggested here by Eric Trump, modern financial system changing, crypto is going to be central. We are going to see certain cryptos really soar in price. I mean, at this point in time, it's hard to say how high and which ones. So we do have to pay close attention to what is happening in the news, the narrative, what's happening sociopolitically. And for more information on how I'm treating this crypto bull run, because, there's the one school of thought, it's a 4-year cycle. Everything is going to happen in that 4-year time period. Then we're going to lather, rinse, repeat, or will we piggyback on real world utility? Will the activity in the crypto space, the new real world activity, hinge on or piggyback rather on the liquidity in a spec market? And could we see a massively elongated bull cycle moving forward? Well, for all that information, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I have rolled back prices, but for a limited time, guys, it is $5 a month only, but you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock into that price. Dr. Artur Kurjakulov with a new update. Today, we at XP Markets are launching a new initiative, a $1 million ecosystem development fund dedicated to supporting XRP Ledger native projects. So they're kind of doing what the Spring Initiative did all those years ago. The fund is designed to back anyone willing to build on the XRP ledger. So direct investments, platform credits, our technical business and legal expertise. We don't have many requirements, but we are picky nonetheless. Projects must be XRPL native only. So no sidechain distractions. Preference will go to teams who integrate with XP market ecosystems. Our main focus is DeFi, SocialFi, and GameFi, but we're open to any ideas. So for those developers out there, a $1 million grant coming from XP Markets and Dr. Artur Kurjakulov. So great news there. Building the ecosystem is exactly what we want to see. And new partnerships is kind of secondary to that, right? Our new partnership with BBVA is another clear signal that the world's largest banks are embracing digital assets. This coming from Cassie Craddock of Ripple, spurred on by regulatory clarity from frameworks like the EU MiCA regulations. I always knew Ripple had a partnership with BBVA, but it looks as though they've strengthened that partnership, guys. They've signed an agreement now with BBVA to provide its digital asset custody technology to the Spanish bank. So specifically to the major bank in Spain. This move supports BBVA's recent announcement of its new crypto asset trading and custody service for Bitcoin and Ethereum, which has made it available for retail customers in Spain. So maybe before we were thinking of it on an institutional level, and now it's they're opening it up for retail. Through the agreement, BBVA will apply Ripple's digital asset self-custody technology for the safekeeping of tokenized assets, including crypto assets. The technology is already in use at BBVA's Turkish subsidiary, Garanti BBVA, and BBVA Switzerland. And now they want to leverage this proven solution and trusted technology that meets the highest security and operational standards, allowing BBVA to directly provide an end-to-end custody service for their customers. So guys, that's the latest news there from BBVA. Wanted to thank Cassie Craddock for posting that, Dr. Artur Kurjakulov, and of course Paul Barron and Eric Trump for giving us the lowdown on where this market is moving in terms of the U.S. financial markets. Of course, with XRP being the central cryptocurrency for the financial market, it's tough to deny the importance of all these partnerships, of all these relationships in collaboration with one another. Now we move to Morocco, where Ripple partner Thunes enters the Moroccan market. So Ripple has been partnered with Thunes for a while. We recently actually did just get some news with Ripple partner Thunes. Now, guys, some more news. The smart superhighway to move money around the world. Thunes, they today just announced another real-time payment launch service in Morocco. Members of the Direct Global Network can now enable real-time payments and bank accounts in the country. The launch supports payouts in the Moroccan dirham, and this gives Thunes members greater access to Morocco's increasingly connected and digitized economy. Morocco is one of the top receiving countries in Africa. According to the World Bank, Morocco received over $11.5 billion in 2023, underscoring the importance of efficient and affordable cross-border payments into the country. New research, though, from Thunes in its 2025 report says Money Without Borders underscores the critical role of speed in cross-border money transfers. The study revealed that 65% of expatriates prioritize speed above anything else when selecting a payment method. Thanks to Thunes' direct connections into the Moroccan banking network, transactions into the country will be faster and more transparent than on legacy systems. So this is how Thunes utility is really ramping up in countries like Morocco and North Africa. And so here's what one of the representatives did just recently say: as the demand for seamless real-time cross-border payments into North Africa continues to grow, Thunes is committed to offering fast and reliable alternatives to legacy systems. This latest expansion into the Direct Global Network into Morocco marks an important milestone for Thunes and other members around the world, giving them the opportunity to truly enhance the speed of their customer and business cross-border payments. So again, great partnership here coming from Ripple partner Thunes. As the web starts growing, we are going to see more of these things, I think, occur. And as utility ramps up, we're going to start to see more and more of these Ripple-related companies, Ripple-partnered companies moving into more countries around the world. Good Morning Crypto just announced this. Chainalysis has added XRP ledger support. So we've just got a new update from Chainalysis. They're excited to announce they have extended support for the XRP ledger. It gives some statistics here on what that is. With this extended integration, Chainalysis support goes beyond the native XRP token, offering automatic token support. This includes supporting new fungible tokens, so IOUs, and non-fungible XLS20 tokens on the network, as well as multi-purpose tokens, MPTs, similar to the well-known ERC 1155 token standard. And for those of you guys who do not know, I'm just going to read you guys a synopsis of what Chainalysis is. It's a blockchain data platform that provides software, data, and services to government, financial institutions, and cryptocurrency businesses to analyze the blockchain ledger for compliance, investigation, and risk management purposes. So a bit of an audit software. The company offers blockchain intelligence to track virtual currencies, detect illicit activities like fraud and scams, and ensure regulatory compliance for its over 1,000 customers worldwide. And now, guys, they are specifically extending their XRP ledger support with automatic token support. So this is just going to create a more robust ecosystem on the XRP ledger specifically. Of course, if more institutional players are going to get on the XRPL, the XRP ledger specifically has to be at the gold standard for compliance. Sure enough, it is. Vincent Van Code here mentioning that the XRP ledger permission domain, so the DEX, so the Decentralized Exchange Identity, KYC, RLUSD, XRP escrow, all form part of key components required to make this happen. And what he's talking about here, NASDAQ seeks rule change with the SEC to trade tokenized stocks. So, think about it for a second. The XRP ledger, obviously a main component for this, and so they have to be compliant. This is why Ripple has been, focusing on compliance since, probably since before the SEC lawsuit. They've been maintaining transparency throughout. But because of the SEC lawsuit, I think compliance has been first and foremost from that point forward. And Vincent Van Code commenting, all these components of the XRP ledger already compliant. He then says, then add on and off ramps, custody, and Ripple ISO 20022 compliance. You get the picture why the XRPL is built differently. So this is the latest here. The NASDAQ has now filed a rule change with the SEC that would allow regulated exchanges in the US to trade tokenized stocks. And guys, this is where we're going to see a lot of the money move. This is where we're going to see huge inflows, and this is where we're going to see a lot of XRP utility down the road. NASDAQ, the world's second largest stock exchange by market cap, is seeking regulatory approval from the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission regulators to list tokenized stocks. So they have approval for regular stocks currently. Of course, they're a stock market, they're a stock exchange, but tokenized stocks are a different breed. NASDAQ filed a request on Monday with the SEC asking for a rule change that would allow the company to list tokenized stocks. The exchange operator specifically asked to amend certain rules, including the definition of a security to trade tokenized stocks under the same execution and documentation rules as traditional securities, provided the tokenized versions are deemed equivalent. So that's interesting. Tokenized assets should be clearly labeled. So that's just another I guess another factor that they have to consider there. And the NASDAQ steps up against siloed trading venues. So they are, they want to be at the forefront. They've emphasized the importance of putting tokenized securities under the purview of established securities market players, opposing it to listings on siloed trading venues where investors would have to no consolidated sense of best market-wide prices. I think something remains clear, though. Such trading must occur in regulated markets. I think every party is on board that this has to occur in regulated markets, namely national securities exchanges, alternative trading systems, and at FINRA, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, regulated broker-dealers. They're also advocating for tokenized securities to be traded within the context of an interconnected national market system. So globally, being able to trade stocks, currently what we have is, you can trade stocks on your localized exchange, which may be in whatever country you live in, but those stocks, you cannot trade them amongst other traders in other countries in certain cases. So this is essentially going to be a worldwide global framework, leveraging DLT technology, the XRP ledger as one example of that. You think of Ondo Finance, you think of Archax, you think of all those other companies that are providing a solution to trade tokenized assets and leveraging the XRPL specifically. And so this is just another step in terms of the regulation coming from the NASDAQ exchange. So that's some great news. Wanted to thank Vincent Van Code for posting that. So you got to think how big this is going to get, guys. As we head into 2030, the next 5 years are going to be like no other. This courtesy of Cyprus Domenicore here. Now, this is kind of just, kind of a broad picture of where technology is going to go in the future. As we head into 2030, the next 5 years will be like no other. In fact, according to the BOF, the Bank of America Global Research, these are the years that will rip up the old rule book and rewrite the framework of the economic, strategic, and thematic megatrends that will impact society. And if you look over here, they give more examples of technology eating the world. I will link this in the description of the video, but essentially talking about AI, enriching stimulations, agentic AI, embodied AI and humanoid robots, tech wars, artificial general intelligence as well, and quantum computing, amongst other things. So technology is becoming obviously more prevalent in our everyday lives, just generally speaking. Even over the last 30 years, we've noticed a trend. Well, the DTCC timeline for digital asset clearing and settlement testing is also beginning in Q1 of 2026. So, just to that point there where NASDAQ is talking about a rule change for tokenized assets. We're hearing about, the future of technology ramping up into 2030. And now the DTCC going live in 2026. So the testing phase, the CNS goes live in 2026. And then by Q4, current connectivity will be decommissioned. So guys, tokenized assets, again, this is all part and parcel to, timing the market. When are we going to see the real world utility? Is it not going to be until 2026? In that case, is this the last 4-year cycle? Again, for more information on how I'm treating this bull market, follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Boy, there's so many updates coming out. There's so much to consider here. Here's just some more information with regards to that. But essentially, it's going to be about where we see the money move and when we see the money move there. Stocks are a $117 trillion market opportunity for tokenization. So this is another document here, courtesy of Smoke. He posted this Bitwise report, why the impact on price may start now. And I don't think this is a recent report. I think this is at least a few months old. The primary reason is that the market for tokenization is enormous. Major CEOs around the world are saying the same, like Larry Fink, guys. Stocks are a $117 trillion market. Bonds are at 140. That's $257 trillion up for grabs in the tokenization wars. So if you think about it, $2 trillion is a lot of money, and investing in that growth of stablecoins offers real opportunities. But $2 trillion would be chump change compared to tokenization. That is only that's less than 1% of Larry Fink's tokenization dream. So this is speaking specifically to what BlackRock is seeing as the future of tokenization. Think about it, $2 trillion. That is by the year 2030. That would already be I think, fourfold increase. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're at 250 million right now. No, that would be more than that, right? 2,000 divided by 250, eightfold. So that's in the next 5 years, but then that's only 1% of what the market could be, 117, but that's just stock. So you add bonds in there, $257 trillion up for grabs. So you got to think of how big this is eventually going to get. And guys, Smoke down here with another one. Diagram confirms Ripple enables stock tokenization within digital contracts. It's Ripple amongst other ones too. I mean, Ripple is not going to get all the money necessarily, but you think about it, guys, Ethereum, Ripple Chain, Hyperledger, and many others are going to be tokenizing this type of volume, this type of quantity. Everything is going to be tokenized. And, I think we are seeing it now. We are starting to see It move in the right direction, of course, with the regulatory clarity shaping up. This is the next 5 years, I think, are going to be very, very exciting for the tokenization landscape. We need to make sure we make the right moves, we make our money where we can, and we hodl. We hodl XRP, maybe a portion of it for the long term. Again, if you want to hear how I'm treating my crypto positions for this particular bull run, because I'm not intending on round tripping my XRP a second time. Going to be selling some, going to be keeping some for the long term. You can follow me and see what I'm going to be doing over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Guys, the Working Money Channel merch store is also up and running. You can find the link in the description if you're interested in, maybe purchasing some Working Money Channel XRP/Bearable Guy merch. Check it out. That's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.